Today is Wednesday, Parashat Vayetze. The pasuk in the parasha of this week reads, Vayar ve'ine be'er basadeh. And Jacob saw, and there was a well in the field. Ve'ine sham shelosha edretzon rovetzim alea. And behold, there are 3 flocks of sheep that lay besides that well. Ki mina be'era hui yashkua adarim. Because from that well they would water the flocks, they would give the water to the sheep. Va'even gedola al pia be'er. And the well, over the mouth of the well, there was a big, large stone. So that's the plain, literal meaning of the verse. There was a field. In the field there is a well. On top of the well there is a big stone. And there were 3 flocks of sheep that were next to the well. And then the next pasuk goes that they gathered and they removed the stone, and then they gave to drink to the sheep, and then they returned the stone on top of the well. But the idea of a well in a field with a stone on top of it and 3 flocks next to it, the Netivot Shalom indicates that this pasuk is hinting to some underlying messages in this pasuk. The field is like this world. The well could be understood to be the Shabbat. This world is a world like a field. It can give you beautiful trees and fruits and vegetables, but it can also grow some thorns and weeds and things that have no benefit. So is this world a place where a person can do mitzvot and bring about beautiful fruits through his actions, or heaven forbid, on the other side, it could be a place where he would grow just weeds and thorns and bushes with no importance. But there is a well in that field, and the well is the Shabbat. And the Shabbat is a day of the week where a person can draw, just like you draw water from the well to sustain us. Also, you draw inspiration from the Shabbat to inspire us and to feed us spiritually. So in this world, if a person connects to the Shabbat that is represented by the well, that's a way to connect with Kedusha, with sanctity. But there is an even, there is a stone on that well. And that's the Yetzer Hara, that's the evil inclination who tries to stop us from connecting with that beautiful light of sanctity of the Shabbat. But the Netivot Shalom goes on to say, the Be'er also represents the Torah, because the Torah is likened to water. The same way that water sustains people, the Torah is like water, it sustains the people. And where there is Torah, there is life. Where there is water, there is life. And the 3 flocks are representative of the 3 number that is connected to the Torah. There is Torah, Nevi'im, Ketubim. There is the 5 books of Moses. There is the prophets and the writings. And it was on the 3rd day when they camped next to Sinai. And then it was given by the 3rd child of Amram, because we have Aaron and Miriam and then Moshe. So the 3 flocks are connected to the idea of Torah. And in Torah, by learning not by yourself, but together with others, just like the pasuk says, the flocks gathered, and then together they lifted up that even, that stone, which is representative of Yetzer Hara, and to reach to the Torah, they removed the Yetzer Hara to the side, which is removing the stone. But can be done not by a person by himself. Person should not try to learn Torah on his own. Always it's good to learn bechevruta, with a pair, with a bet midrash, with other people. Just like here, they needed people to join together to lift up that stone. And the Netivot Shalom goes on to say the Be'er also is representative of the prayer of every day, which is a way that we connect with Hashem also. Just like with the Be'er, drawing water from the Be'er is also connecting with Hashem through prayers. And the 3 flocks represents the 3 prayers, which is the prayer of the evening, prayer of morning, and praying of mincha. there's psukim that indicate that there are three prayers: Erev, Avoker, V'Tzaorayim, Masicha, Ve'ehemeh. There's three prayers of the day that are also ways to connect with Hashem. And Yetzer Hara again tries to stop us. It brings us all sorts of thoughts when we're in the middle of prayer, and sometimes we're not able to focus. But one way to have the prayer to be efficient is to come together with a minyan, to pray not by yourself at home, because you can be distracted. And when you're together with a minyan, there's more strength to that prayer. And that's what the pasuk says, that the adarim, the flocks, gathered together to remove the stone, which is representative of Yetzer Hara and distractions that can happen in the prayer. So as you see, one simple pasuk taken with its literal meaning speaks about a plain thing, a field, a well, flocks being given the water, and you need all of them to gather and to remove it, and there were 3 flocks. But as you can see here, there is more than meets the eye in terms of the superficial meaning, and this was an example from the Netivot Shalom on the pasuk in the parasha of this week. Baruch Adonai le'olam, amen ve'amen.